Hi, so this is a cool spread. I just found it. I haven't seen this one before in the book. I mean, I like just fly through the pages. I don't ever like read the whole thing all the way through. That's it's too organized. This is Acorn to Oak spread. And basically it's kind of what you need to know to get where you want to be, but reminding you where you're at and the things that you need to do along the way and what's there to help you. So you have your acorn, which is on the bottom. To the left is your soil. So the acorn is where you are now. The soil is what resources you need to get started. 3 is the sunshine, what you need to know to help it grow. Now that's just above the acorn, so it's kind of off center a little bit. And then 4 is the water to the right down here at the bottom, what you need to nurture it along. And I like that because those things down here are like the soil of the plant, right? You've got the acorn, which is the seed, and you've got the soil and the water, and the sunshine is just above it. I like that. And then 5 is your knot. This is what unexpected delay you can watch for and maybe circumvent. And then the trunk, which is just above that, this is what will help you be strong. I find this card really interesting. We're going to talk about it. I find also the other card. Now I'm doing this reading for me, so it's just easier, I find, like if I have a specific person to do a reading for. And then, okay, so your oak, which is your goal, in this case it's lovers, which is at the very top. The branches are on the left, benefits of your oak, which I find very interesting, the 5 of Pentacles. So this is going to be an interesting read. And then 9 of Cups, unexpected gifts from your oak. So that's nice. That's unexpected gifts. You're not going to realize that you're going to get the desires of your dreams are going to come true, right? Kind of feels good. Here at the bottom, so where are you at now? 10 of Swords. Something's ending. There's something in your life that's ending, and that's okay, because right, we need something to end. It's kind of a good place to be. Like, I don't want to see the 10 of Swords at the end of my reading. I'd rather see it at the beginning, where that means it's going away. It's I may be in this place right now, but it doesn't mean I'll be there later. So thinking about that and that respect, and when you're doing a reading, it's easier to deal with that hard card if you're going to be passing it through, or if it's in the past. So then, and I would say to the choir, this is something that's ending in your life, something that, it's finally finished. Now, when I look at the entire spread and I go up to the lovers, and that's like the oak, right? That's the goal, is to reach, I feel like that's saying a relationship. So I feel like, and I could be totally wrong, because, but I feel like the 10 of Swords is saying the quiet time is ending. And I just know me that, there hasn't been anybody in my life, right? So there hasn't been anybody there for a long time. Maybe that's going to end. And that's good, because I love the soil and the water. I'm not going to card 3 yet, which is the sunshine. What I'm looking at is the soil and the water, which are the nurturing parts to help you grow. And this is totally the way I'm looking at this reading is, here you are, and this is where you're going. And seeing the Star and the Ace of Wands in those 2 places really tells me that there's going to be some really good hope and some energy to help you get moving on this. There's going to be something that sparks your passion and your love for life, whereas the Star says there's just going to be this really great hope and faith, and you're going to be guided. You're going to be guided into this journey to reach that Lovers card, from something that that this is done. Where you're at now, it's done, it's over. So things are going to move forward. Now the Hermit is the sunshine. So the sunshine, to help, to me, the way I'm looking at this is I'm looking at the Hermit helping that little acorn to grow, right? To get past this area of life, and it's shining to work with the soil and the water. I mean, this is kind of just the way I'm loving this reading. I'm liking the spread, the reading, whatever. The Hermit And the Hermit says that, you know, you have been on this journey, and this journey is, well, it's sunshine. It's what you need to know to help it grow. It's like this journey has, the Hermit to me goes on a journey of self-reflection, and the self-reflection has helped you to have faith and spark some new passion in your life, that's really going to move you forward to where you need to be. I like that too, because it speaks, so looking at, I'm really paying attention to considering this as a growth, you know, and then really picturing in my mind, if this were a plant, how would that grow? The Page of Swords, which is 5, is the knot. This is something that you might need to circumvent. Now what that says to me is there's a couple things, like if you're looking again at the Lovers as the ultimate, so the Page of Swords could be being blocked, blocking, not being blocked, but blocking, guarding yourself, thinking too much, you know, not, you know, being too much in your head, and really, you know, in a young way, you know, inexperienced way, you're blocking yourself, you're guarding yourself, you are, you know, thinking too much about it. Don't think so hard, you know, does that make sense? Like, that would definitely say to me, this is something you could circumvent by not thinking so much about it and just opening yourself up instead of being in your head. I find the next one kind of interesting, the Trunk. What will help you be strong? The 8 of Swords, and I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, how would this make you strong? And I'm going to go with, this is just my gut saying that this has to do with where you've been in the past, being restricted has given you that Hermit time to help you be strong, to bring out the sunshine, you know, being in a place where you have felt like you were trapped actually has been important, because if you didn't have that time, you wouldn't have the Hermit, which actually produces and strengthens that Star and that Ace of Wands. It's interesting. That's an interesting take, right? So it's a good way to read that, and it makes sense to me, because when you say this is a positive card, right? This is what has what is this? 6 is yeah, what will help you be strong is that time that you were restricted, that time, and that time gave you Hermit time. Those two go together to me, that, you know, you were, you know, purposely in this position, because that's usually the way it is. And then we go up to the 7, and this is the goal. Lovers, that does talk about partnership. However that may look, I am thinking of it in more a lover's place, because when I look at the 9 of Cups, it's a desire. It's, you know, and I'm not gonna, if I'm reading this for myself, I'm not gonna pretend that that's not a desire, right? To have someone in your life. So that, you know, that speaks to me of partnership, which helps this whole thing come together. What I'm a little bit curious about is the brand, benefits of your oak is 5 of Pentacles. Again, I feel like that's a healing thing, or, you know, how is the 5 of Pentacles a benefit? And I think you have to look at it as, what it will help you overcome, and overcome that feeling of being left out in the cold, so to speak, you know, being yeah, left out in the cold. I think I would look at it like that. I do like that. I'm a little wonky with that. I may pull a clarifier on the 5 of Pentacles, because I want to make sure that I give, what is this benefiting you, this goal, this lover's goal. I do feel like it's going to happen because of the 9 of Cups. Unexpected gifts from your oak is the 9 of Cups. So your goal is, you know, you're going to get these desires. So that's where it makes me feel like it's going to happen. Benefits make me feel like, well, maybe it's not going to happen. So, but but I can't say that because this is going to be the benefits of the oak. I'm going to clarify it. I'm going to pull a card and just let me know more about this Five of Pentacles. And it's the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, well that makes sense, because if you're in a partnership, you're not going to be as independent. So that might be good. Like learning how to ask for help and learning how to not be so independent all the time, and you know, trusting other people and things like that. So that definitely could be a benefit. So see, like that's where I would pull a clarifier when I'm just like a little bit confused, and I know that the card's in the right place and it's the right card because I believe in the tarot and I believe in the cards we pull. So looking at this overall, if we were to summarize, you know, you've got an ending, and that ending is your acorn, is where you're starting. So it's really kind of cool because you've ended something. And to me, starting at an ending is really nice because it means that you're wiping the slate clean. And to have the soil and the water be a star and an ace, like the star card and ace of wands, shows that there's a lot going on to really nurture this whole idea to get you to where you want to be. The lovers also could be something else, and but I feel like because the hermit is the sunshine, and that's the time you've taken to really, you know, take time for yourself, which then is clarified too to me by the Eight of Swords as being the trunk, that this time that's been taken, you know, kind of by yourself or feeling kind of stuck, has allowed you to really hone in on what you really, really want, and how this will work in your life. And don't overthink it. The Page of Swords being the knot that could, you know, if you overthink things too much, it's not going to happen, right? So this is very cool. I do like the Nine of Cups. The Five of Pentacles is about, you know, maybe it's time that you need to ask for help, and that you need to allow other people in your life to help you instead of always being so independent. And which independence is good. You know, you don't ever want to not be independent, but sometimes that we get such in a place of independence that we don't ask for help, and that's where it can hinder us a little bit. So there you have it. This is Acorn to Oak spread. I really like this. I'm going to write this up and use this as much as possible. I think this could be a very, yeah, I'm very much into it. By the way, I did change, I got new tarot cards, and this is Mystic Dreamer Tarot. And it comes with a journal that's by Barbara Moore that I'm using the book for. So there you have it. Thanks.